Distinguished panelists, participants, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm honored to welcome you to today's dialogue. In September 2021, the European Union has launched its strategy for cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. The European Union and the Indo-Pacific are natural partner regions in terms of trade and investment. The EU is the top investor, the leading provider of development cooperation, and one of the biggest trading partners in the Indo-Pacific region. Together, the Indo-Pacific and Europe account for over 70% of the global trade in goods and services and over 60% of foreign direct investment flows. Trade exchanges between the Indo-Pacific and Europe are higher than between any other geographical regions in the world. It is understood that this scale of trade implies a considerable environmental footprint. In this sense, the Indo-Pacific region is both an important source of global environmental challenges as well as a potential beneficiary of their remedies. The share of the region in global carbon dioxide emissions has grown from 37% to 57% since the year 2000, and the region will account for more than 70% of growth in the global energy demand by 2030. Climate change is expected to further increase pressure on maritime biodiversity, natural resources and fish stocks, leading to changes in ecosystem dynamics. Therefore, the region is vital to mitigating climate change and protecting our planet's delicate ecological balance. In the EU strategy for cooperation in the Indo-Pacific, there are 7 priority areas. A proposal for a joint action against climate change is at the core of the package of proposals that in the strategy we have called it the green transition. I'm very grateful to our partners for taking up this in a very specific, innovative way with today's seminar. You will hear from our experts in the European Union and Malaysia, both government officials and private sector representatives, about domestic carbon markets as a tool to fight climate change and greenhouse gas emissions. I'm encouraged by Malaysia's commitment to reduce by 45% its emission intensity of GDP in 2030 compared to the baseline in 2005, and especially to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. The European Union stands ready to collaborate with Malaysia to find sustainable solutions to achieve such targets, including sharing of our own experience with the emissions trading scheme, as you will soon hear more in detail. The European Union committed to become the first carbon neutral continent in 2050, with its Green Deal and its climate legislation leading the way in this direction, leading globally. We owe this to our planet and to our children. The cost of inaction is much higher than the cost of action. I highly welcome the approach of today's seminar, framing this debate not as a discussion about financial burden, but about ways to make the green transition a source of economic opportunities and skilled jobs, an avenue for growth. Reducing our dependence on fossil fuel is all the more important in the exact historical moment when we want to eliminate dependence from Russian exports of coal, oil and gas due to Russia's unprovoked and unjustified military aggression against Ukraine. So, accelerating the transition will allow us to achieve our targets even earlier. In conclusion, I would like to thank all of you, all our partners who have worked together for months to make this seminar possible. I wish all participants fruitful discussions about this very important element of the green transition, both in Malaysia and the EU. Terima kasih.